Okay, so the chain that my love locket is hanging from is looped through the top of the lock there, and it's a spiral rope. So I've used size 11 delicas in matte black and size 15 seed beads in the gold, the same gold that I've used in amongst here and for this top. Those beads are quite small to video learning a spiral rope with. So I thought what the best thing to do would be is I've got some size 11s here. I've just stepped up a size, and I'll show you with that first. Then I'll show you with these, and it won't take long to show you a little bit, and you can just carry on and create your rope from that. So I've got a couple of size 11 seed beads here. These are size 11 silver lined red AB. They're Matsuno beads. They're a little bit squarer, but I don't mind that. And these are a opaque orange. So I'm going to start by picking up 4 of the red beads. Then I'm going to pick up the sequence that I do for each of my spirals. So first one in the sequence is this, followed by 3 orange. Now I'm going to, come back through those 4 beads. Now this is going to pull those beads up here like this. Can you see that? Now for each sequence on from here, I pick up 1 red, size 11, and 3 orange. And I bring them right down. Now you can do a spiral in either direction. You can do spiraling to the left or spiraling to the right. I've got mine spiraling this way. I'm fumbling. Just trying to hold the beads. So I come back through the second of those red beads added and through the remaining 4. So it's 3 from the first 4 plus the 1 red. And when I pull this up, and I'm going to get a knot. When I pull this up, I can then sort of coax those beads to sit next to each other, and I've pulled that quite tight. So you can see these beads are sort of curving a little bit. The delicas will do that too. They will curve a little bit with the 15s on there. So I've got 1 red and 3 orange. Bring them right down. Face it in the direction that the spiral is going. So I'm going through the 3, through the 3 beads added from before, plus the 1 we just picked up off the mat. So I'm going through 4 beads in total there. Pulling that up tight. And you can see they're starting to, each one is stepped up 1 step further than the other, and they're starting to spiral. Carry on in the same way. 1 red, 3 orange, bring them down, go through 4 red. And because they're spiraling around, you can see they start to, it's starting to distort a little bit. That's okay. That's the kind of spiral we're going for. 1 red, 3 orange, and then go through 4 red. I'm using Fireline for this. Use whatever thread works for you. I went through that one in 2 steps because it was getting tricky to get through that spirally bend. 1 red, 3 orange, and going back through 4. And you see how that is starting to form a nice little spiral look. So this here is the same method. Let's see if I can get that in focus a bit better for you. That's the same method, only when I'm picking up the 1 red, I've been picking up 1 black, 3 gold, and passing through 4 black. Picking up 1 black, 3 gold, and passing through 4 black. So to make the spiral rope like this with the size 11 delica and the size 15 seed beads, I am going to pick up 4 delica beads and 3 size 15s, and I'm going to bring them down. I'm leaving a tail which is long enough to sew on a clasp later. It's about 25 centimeters long, the tail. And I'm heading through those first 4 delica beads again. And I've pulled them up tight into a ring. So now I'm going to pick up 1 size 11 delica and 3 size 15 seed beads, and I'm going to pull them down so they're sitting on top here. Now I'm going to skip that first bead there, and I'm going to go through 4 11s. One of them is going to be the one we just picked up, and 3 of the beads from the previous unit. So it can be a little bit tricky to get started to work out how to hold it. I'm heading through the 4 delica beads there, and I'm going to pull that up, and you can see they're starting to sit a bit like this. So now I pick up 1 delica and 3 size 15s, and I pull them down to the top. And just like we did before, we're going to be heading through the last 4 beads, last 4 delicas. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See those 4 beads there? Pull that up tight. And you can see those size 15s are starting to stagger into a little spiral. And that's literally all you do. You just keep picking up 1 size 11, 3 15s, pull them down, and pass through 4. Pull it up, and give it a bit of tension. And you can see that spiral starting to form. 1 11, 3 15s, pass through 4. There we go. Starting to form our little spiral. Okay, so you can see the spiral rope has started to do as it says and spiral. So there's a little start, and you need to make your rope as long as you want it to be to hang your pendant from, but then you also need to make another little section here. I'll measure it now for you for the amount it needs to loop through. So the little bit that's added, let me grab my ruler from into here. You need approximately another 10 or so centimeters to be able to loop that through, and then however long you need it to wear it. So you can see when you loop it through the heart like this, you pass it through and then loop it through, it uses up quite a bit of rope there. So just the best way to sort of check the length that you need is just to keep trying that on and see how it looks on your neck. Stand in front of the mirror, hold it up. Is it the right length? Am I wearing the right top with it? To check the length for how long it needs to be, because the clothing that you're wearing can really make a difference to how a piece of jewelry is sitting on your neck as well. All right, so once you have finished making your rope, you're going to need to add your clasp. I've used a little heart-shaped toggle here that I picked up at one of my local bead shows, and it just simply slides through the little heart like that to be able to put it on. It's quite comfortable to wear, and it's a nice quality clasp as well. So I think it just matches the gold really nicely, and it matches the heart really nicely. But ultimately, just use whatever clasp you have that works for you. If you can only use magnetic ones, then use them if that's what works for you. Okay, and I just did a little, just show you the connection. I just did a little loop of beads at the end of my rope there. You can see the loop going through the toggle. There's a loop of 5 size 15s, and then I've gone back down into the rope, up and down a few times, up into here, up down the rope, up into to secure it, and then knotted it off. So there we go. That's how you add your clasp on.